Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We're on the Raid Shadow Legends test server to check out Vaultkeeper Wixwell. I'm actually gonna put this video out early. I gotta put this one out a day before I had planned to, because I have seen just nothing but negative comments about Wixwell, and this is completely crazy, guys. I'm gonna show you a Hydra team here today. I even have another idea for an arguably even more budget team for next time that will be equally as good. Like, the potential for this guy is just insane. He is so strong. We're gonna break it down. Let me show it to you. I've done I have sat down for like 3 hours at this point, I think, just doing some quick Hydra tests. Well, quick Hydra test, quick. He's already blown me away. Like, seriously, he is. And you need to prepare. I'm telling you right now, you need to prepare. You want the 5-star soul. Like, there will probably be either a hero's path or a Titan event. If it is in any way possible, you want the 5-star soul. You want to get it. You need to get it. Here we go. So we're diving. We actually have champion empowerment in here, which is cool. What do we have for this team? Wixwell, Aestrid, and then 4 epics. So we've got our classic Ugo Shamail, and then we've got Whisper and Farrak in the Fat. These are not locked in. There are, again, I'll show you an alternative. I gotta, for the alternative video, I actually need to do a sponsored video that I'm like way overdue on that would tie in perfectly. So I'm going to try to push that out as quickly as I can. I'm recording that actually right after to get it done. Got to get that, try to get that out to you ASAP. But what do we have in this team? Why is it so strong? Well, we've got the core aspects of the Hydra team. Decreased defense from Ugo. Weaken from Aestrid. Decreased speed from Aestrid. We've got block buffs from Ugo. We've got decrease attack from Wixwell. And then I have both Wixwell and Aestrid and Hex. So we've got all of our key debuffs right there. For our key buffs, increased speed. We also have got Leech from Ugo, which is helpful too. I should mention that for healing. For our key defensive buffs, increased speed, or offensive even. Increased speed from Aestrid. Increased attack from Aestrid, which is going to up the damage of all of these guys. Increased defense from Vaultkeeper Wixwell would up any defensive damage dealer. Will also help our team stay alive. Shield from Wixwell to help us stay alive. Simple as. And then buff extension to keep it consistent. Let me show you the first bit on manual, but this works on auto as well. In fact, well, actually, let me put it on auto. So here's what we do. It's part of why I brought in an ally attack, is to make this just as easy and clean and simple as possible. And very simple. The dude has a 100% against bot. Again, let me say that again. A 100% chance to provoke. Not a 10%, not a 50%. 100% chance to provoke on his A1 against bosses. It works every single time. Check that out. You see what happened right there as well? He's got counterattack on his passive. This is something I found from testing that synergizes extremely well with his kit. Because he's putting... I'm not sure exactly why it's happening. Because he is in first place position in the team, perhaps. But our team right now, everyone's at full HP because he's put out a big shield on everybody. No one's taken any damage. Whisper's going crazy. Well, oh my god, you won't stop. Oh my gosh, you really won't stop. Sorry, this is disrupting the video. This is too... Finally, she stops. But he's putting out a big shield there. So no one actually took damage. Which means that, I guess ahead of Decay... He attacks the enemy with the lowest HP, but I guess because everyone's at full HP, he defaults to attacking the person who's in the lead of your team. And, very simply, who's in the lead of our team? It's Vaultkeeper Wixwell. He has a counterattack buff. His A1 is 2 hits with 100% chance to provoke each. Okay. So long as everyone has not taken damage... The dude will just permanently provoke Head of Decay by literally doing nothing, by just sitting there, which is insane. And he provides the shield to make it happen. He even extends the shield to help make it happen as well. Like, that's nuts. Guys, that is nuts. Also, but as you can see, we have the Head of Mischief is in here. Oh, cool. He's trying to steal our buffs and stuff. Guess what? We are just automatically mischief tanking as well. Right there, we actually got 3%'ed. We got our stuff stolen, which is a slight bummer. But that's totally fine. He'll rebuff himself. Because again, he gives himself counterattack at the end of every single turn. I've also do have him with a blood shield just to make it even more consistent, but I don't think it's essential. But like right there, like he just got, well, hang on, how would I do this? He just got all of his buffs stolen. He's already been rebuffed. He's given himself a shield and counterattack. So I think he's nearly back in mischief tanking position, which is crazy. Again, so at this point with this team, you can see, by the way, we've done like 13 million damage or so in about 10 boss turns. When the head of we're just going to target mischief, he'll be our secondary target when head of decay isn't there. But this was my idea with the team, was simply, especially to bring in an ally attack, to make it easy. We don't even have to manual if we want to. Just whenever the head of decay, the one who can cleanse, comes in, we just target head of decay. We let Wixwell, he only A1s 1 in every 3 turns, so he's not reliable, but the ally attack combines plus his passive that he will be, in fact, super reliable at provoking. So he's an amazing mischief tank. He is an insanely good provoker. He is also extending all of our buffs and giving us a solid shield and increased defense to keep us alive. It's amazing. One thing you might have noticed, or maybe not, I don't know, but you'll see, his shield growth sucks, right? Like, he does not grow the shield for shit. Look at this. Like, it's nothing. Like, he grows it, but it's worthless. Don't even think about it. Don't even bother. Like, whatever. And I've built him with some defense. Like, it doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant. Him growing the shield it's more of a flavor thing than something that's actually particularly useful. Like, it will help you stay alive a little bit, but it's just not particularly useful. Like, the buff extension way exceeds it. Oh, again, also, when I was talking about all the shit that he does, that's amazing. He's also, by the way, bringing us the decrease attack. I did find with this team, he's the wrong affinity. So if he misses decrease attack, especially a couple of times in a row, you do get a bit beat up. But honestly, his shield is so strong. Just his basic shield is so strong that it will actually keep you pretty darn safe without too much stress, which is nuts. So yeah, this is basically what we're going to do. I don't trust Farrakhan's ally attack AI, so we're just targeting decapitated heads for max ally attack damage. And that's the plan. That's the play. He's bringing us so much. One thing that you might be wondering, this is Nightmare Hydra, by the way, in case I didn't say. This is Nightmare. It's obviously stat intensive. In particular, to Mischief Tank, we need lots of resistance and accuracy. We also want as much speed as possible, and as much defense as possible for a good shield is also absolutely fantastic. So he is stat intensive, and that is where, obviously enough, it comes into play. Let's take down this head. He's almost dead. That's where it comes into play, that 5-star blessing for the stats in particular becomes extremely good. Not to mention the fact, of course, that with an AoE attack and him counter-attacking everything with a double hit, yeah, he will stack cruelty extremely fast. I have him with 1-star cruelty right now, but get him 5-star cruelty is going to give you a huge chunk of damage. Guys, seriously, he is so comfy. I don't know I don't know how people don't like this champion. Hopefully I've made it clear right here. With this team, we've got him, the current fusion, and the last fusion, plus 4 epics, and we're about to 1-key Nightmare Hydra. Like, literally no stress. Like, we've made this look like normal. And again, this is the thing, guys. Obviously, I'm going to have better stats than most of you, but you can tone this down to brutal, to hard, to normal, to whatever you need with your stats. You can lower the stats, lower the gear, and get it done. And this team is easily going to scale up into Nightmare Hydra. Literally no problem. You're gonna slam through. So yeah, you know what? Let me run the rest of this key out. Okay, guys, jumping back in. We just had, head of decay just respawned. This can be a problem for a lot of compositions, right? Because you go, well, I'm especially on full auto, you know. Well, I'm playing my run. On full auto. We just used our provoke. It's on a 3-turn cooldown now. It's not ready to go. With Wixwell, again, it's actually really easy, right? Instead of, let's say if you wanted to manual a bit, to make this super, super consistent, with your 3-turn provoker, you'd basically have to manual the entire decapitation phase, let's say with a Krisk, to make sure who's top tier, S tier provoker. Like with Krisk, you'd have to manual to make sure, he does not use his provoke move while the heads are decapitated, so he has it ready to go when this head comes in. With Wixwell, it's grand. Leave it run full auto. Head of decay spawned in. Turn auto off. Slap him with an A1. There he is. Okay, great. Let's go back auto. All right, cool. We're chilling. Done. Job done. Job done. I haven't even talked about the interception buff, but you cannot extend the interception buff, but it also doesn't decrease until crowd control is actually applied. We actually have intercept built up on everybody except Ugo. Ugo doesn't have it, but everyone else has some intercept built up. So when this head comes in, and he should provoke our team, because again, bearing in mind, we missed the decreased attack. You hate to see it. Bearing in mind, we do not have block debuffs. We've got no way to stop it. Or this would also come in, right, if Inquisitor Shemael gets devoured, which is going to happen soon. What if the fear head is there? We would all be getting true feared. Well, actually, no. Why not? Because let's actually hit something that will definitely give us an extra turn. Might as well with her, just to guarantee an extra turn. Cool. I'm going to smack this one. No decreased defense, so she doesn't get the guaranteed extra turn. Look at that. Debuff blocked. Did you see all that? The debuff blocked. The provoke didn't happen. And intercept, now it's gone off of him. She still has one. He one's there, gone. One there, none there. He is just trying to, let's see, he should put it on himself. I'm pretty sure he put it on himself. Yeah, he puts on himself priority 1. Maybe because he's first slot in the team, which again will help him to mischief tank. But that's actually nuts. I've actually found a counter synergy. So, well, let me see. Can we get this on? So, intercept buff. I think we've got one. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, we've got it on Farrakhan. Look at this. It's just A1 here. A1, intercept, actually stops the fear. So Shemael's actually not doing his thing. That's actually really interesting. There we go. That's an interesting one. So we could, let's put intercept on Whisper. She's single target, so it's really good. Oh shit, actually, well, now I've kind of foiled it. But there you go. It's actually an anti-synergy with Shemael. I didn't even realize that. So Shemael, it makes him much less necessary, this intercept buff. Although it's only sort of single target, your AoE champions actually do eat through it. That's actually really interesting. So whenever anybody hits the Head of Torment, it's just going to eat through the intercept buff. Because, of course, they would be getting feared and then Shemael will be cleansing. Which is going to mean that he will work much better, actually, with a Perfect Veil champion than he will with this. Now, it's actually really good at Whisper because she's single target. She's never, well, maybe apart from Masteries, but yeah, right there, like the fear that he was going to try to apply got, but that's a kind of a bad thing because we'd prefer if it did happen and Shemael be boosting some turns and stuff like that. That's interesting. Okay, so at this point, yeah, Shemael's gone, so any of our AoE attacks would fear us. She's going to be true feared, which is annoying. Okay, well, yeah, never mind. We just killed him. You get the oh shit. But you get the gist. You get the point, right? You get the point. The intercept, a little bit of counter synergy. Actually, not a little bit. Strong counter synergy. Strong counter synergy with Inquisitor Shemael. Better with Veil. But it does mean that, oh, if my Perfect Veil champion gets devoured or my Shemael gets devoured, these intercepts will have built up at least somewhat to protect us from this thing. He's actually phenomenal synergy with Perfect Veil because, of course, with Perfect Veil, he extends it as well, which is something that you really need with Perfect Veil. Spoiler warning about what the next video might be on, eh? What sort of champion might be in there, but he's a fantastic synergy with Perfect Veil because of that. Yeah, okay, look, learning things during this run as well. I hadn't even noticed, like the first time through, I didn't even notice that. I actually done 2 runs so far. I didn't even notice that it wasn't working that way because I was like, man, just this run is going so unbelievably smooth. I think this head also provokes as well. And again, most of that's just being blocked, which is fantastic. Small other synergy you might have spotted. Because he is the mischief tank, let me just let this final sort of synergy play out. Just let mischief take a turn. And then touch wood, we will be perhaps actually good to pause and go to the end of the run. Watch the Head of Mischief stuff, which is cool. It's just a simple synergy with the cursed set, which is when Mischief attacks, you'll nearly always be attacking Wixwell. Most of the time, you will be attacking Wixwell. Wixwell counterattacks because he's got well, counterattack. And because he's got the Hex set, Wixwell will actually reapply the Hex. Let's see if this happens right here. There we go. We counterattack, Hex applied. Like, how sick is that? Now, 2 turns Hex, right? So every time Mischief attacks him, he counterattacks. And he has, with the Masteries, we'll cover the build, of course, in a bit. He's that 55% chance to apply Hex. So he can apply Hex again. And actually helps you keep Hex on very consistently. The counterattack curse set, Mischief tank, very juicy consistent at applying Hex, which is pretty glorious, to be honest. It's pretty darn juicy. It's beautiful and lets you do things like that with ally attack, which is pretty good. All right, that will probably be everything for this run. Let's see if we can beat my first run, which was, I think the first run was 220 million or something. Let's see if we can get further. Let's see. Oh, we're back, guys. Didn't quite make it. So what happened? Wixwell got devoured. I got greedy then as well. And instead of, actually, funny enough, it's a cool synergy. If the head of Torment is out there, I got greedy. I started going back and hitting the decapitated head. If I had just kept hitting Torment, we could have actually provoked with his A1 this head again and stopped the cleanse. But the cleanse went off. Obviously, he had been devoured, so there's no shield or increased defense on anybody. And we got smacked by Wrath and actually killed Shamail. It kills Shamail, unfortunately. Everyone else did survive. So, you know what? We might actually, screw it. Yeah, let's let this one run out. And there we go, guys. We didn't make the 300. Not quite, but I tell you, for Nightmare Hydra, 1 hour in, yeah, we got a couple of, empowerment has helped a little bit. I mean, it's 10% extra defensive stats and attack stats on Whisper and Shamail. Farrakhan's not really benefiting much, but I mean, it's something, right? But check it out. 288 million damage on Nightmare Hydra with the last 2 fusions and 4 epics. It's pretty darn good. Wixwell 55 million, Aestrid 47, Whisper 86, Shamail 65, Farrakhan 14, and Ugo 16. Obviously enough. Wixwell and Aestrid's damage, most of it is coming from Hex, right? And I guess Wixwell being more consistent with the Hex because of his counterattack, and I guess he's getting some extra War Master hits out as well with that counterattack as well. He is pulling ahead in this case, but I mean, darn, it's really solid. It's really solid, and you could absolutely switch this up, right? Whisper's just damage. She could be any damage dealer. You do need some sort of perfect Veil as well. You'd easily run a Veil champion instead of Shamail, or just run Shamail. He's a good combo here. Yeah, again, you can switch it up. You can mix it. I'll show you some other teams. Farrakhan doesn't need to be there. He's just we basically have 2 champions that are just in for pure damage, right? I basically have the core team, the Shamail Ugo, the Aestrid Wixwell, and then 2 damage dealers. These could be anyone. The ally attack, like I said, is nice for Wixwell to make the provoke more consistent, but it's not absolutely essential. And yeah, I mean, that's it's pretty good. It's pretty darn good, to be honest. That's solid. That's really solid. Let me show you how. Will it show up here? Oh, no, it won't show. So let me show you how I built them. So the 2 legendaries, first of all. Wixwell, the man of the hour. So I have put him into Curse set with Perception and Supersonic. Curse is obviously amazing for Hex. That is the ideal set for Hydra. Zero question. That being said, if you are struggling to reach the stats, which 5-star if they do a Hero's Path, which I would suspect, they will. That will help a ton. But you can just go set with stats if you need to. It's fine. Supersonic is kind of nice. Just even 1 accessory for 20 extra res. That's cool. And so on. Stone Skin, I think, or Protection. One of them gives you some resistance. Easy enough. There are a few little things you can do. But he is coming in. I'll show you his build. This is a great weapon. Tons of resistance. Blah, blah, blah. All this sort of stuff. He's in crit damage gloves. I would not recommend that. You'd much prefer probably defense %. Honestly. I don't think he really needs crit rate. Bearing in mind, he was not hitting very hard, and he had 200% crit damage. Now, he was getting increased crit rate from Farrakhan. He was doing okay. I don't know. Maybe you could totally just build him with defense %. Maybe crit rate gloves for just more damage, though. If the shield's good enough, right, just crit rate gloves would be fine. But those gloves are okay. Resistance chest is pretty nice. We just have speed boots with triple flat defense. Blood Shield Ring is quite good to make him as consistent as possible mischief tanking. I have him in a crit damage necklace with accuracy resistance. You really want whatever necklace with just the most accuracy resist possible. Then he has an accuracy banner. But we put that stuff together. So look, he's at high speed, 265, like solid speed, solid defense. His HP is high just because his base HP is high. We've not built it. We've really tried to crank the resistance and accuracy higher. With my Hydra, these are my Hydra bonuses. 12 extra speed, a few extra bits, but 40 extra resistance and accuracy, which is bringing him to Nightmare viability for sure with 508 and 409 on the resist and accuracy, which is grand. It's pretty good. So that's where he's at. Cruelty, I think pretty much for sure. And yeah, for his masteries, this is what I did with him. So I gave him War Master, because I mean, he's counterattacking all the time. Why not? And yeah, I gave him accuracy. Now, this is more important. I gave him Exalt in Death so I could get Arcane Celerity, but you could switch it. I just figure he does his A3 first, so Charge Focus, not that useful. You could actually give him Heart of Glory, but he doesn't do that much damage. I don't know. I gave him, though, I think Shield Bearer is pretty good, right? Shield Bearer, 5% more value from shields. I thought Exalt in Death is probably going to be generally useful for most of you. I've done that actually with Evil Eye as well. This is useless for Hydra, but for anyone using him for progression, I do think Exalt in Death and Evil Eye are probably great. I would go Shield Bearer, 5% more shields. Rapid Response, Turn Meter when buffs expire, chance. Arcane Celerity, chance for Turn Meter when debuffs expire. I mean, he's doing provokes, in this case, hexes, decrease attack. Lore of Steel, this, and then Sniper and Master Hexer. I mean, you could totally give him Cycle of Magic and stuff. I think this is fine, though. I think you know, make the curse set better, synergize with curse set. Evil Eye is going to be absolutely god tier for him in terms, because like he's counterattacking with his A1, right? 20%. Well, I guess if he counterattacks, they've got 0% turn meter. That wouldn't be a good synergy, but you know, I think Evil Eye is probably the way to go for like Curse City. He's going to be a hard carry. I've not touched on it, but like obviously enough for like Doom Tower bosses, for Curse City, for anywhere. The dude is giving you increased defense and a nice shield. And he's doing AoE decrease attack with buff extension. Like, he is making you very tanky. I hope that was clear from this run. By the way, this was the first run, just to show you we did 2 runs. This run actually had higher damage, but then you can see what happened. Farrakhan did his A2 on the Head of Decay, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 debuffs. We could not provoke the head. And then he got a cleanse off and somebody died. So that's a bit of a bummer, right? Bit of a bummer, but we did like 220 million there that time. So like this particular team, I think has 300 million plus potential with good luck. I think with standard enough luck, you're looking at 200 million on Nightmare. That's nice. That's good. Yeah, the provoke. Yeah, cool. So that's his build, right? Let's show you the others. Well, Aestra's actually right here. So she is also in Cursed Perception. She's 298. She does have 100%, 107% crit rate. That extra 7% is crucial. I'm joking, of course. Resist and some resist and accuracy. And built like this. These were not actually intentionally built for Nightmare Hydra at all. I think Ugo is built for Nightmare Hydra. Yeah, Ugo's got, you know, the accuracy she's supposed to have. That's fine. 267 build, but slow and relentless. These masteries. Did I show Aestra's masteries? I don't remember if I did. She's got these masteries. We had Whisper was our main source of damage. She's in Relentless Percent. I actually need to talk to Saf to actually figure out what the best, because I've not touched my Whisper. Like for me, honestly, I probably won't. I don't know. If I get her +4, maybe. I've got a Turvold, right? So Turvold, I think, is probably better than Whisper, but now that she can go like +4, maybe she's better. Maybe. It's a lot of stats. I don't know. But she's coming in with 6k attack, 207 speed, 26. She is not in a crazy build. Like, it's a good build, but it's not crazy. Like, you could totally do way better than this, easily. She has War Master as well. So I don't know. Maybe you go Helm Smasher. I'm not actually sure with Whisper. I haven't touched mine in a long time. But maybe like 6-star Crushing Rend, Helm Smasher, Whisper. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know, you guys that run Whisper, what do you actually use? Shamail, he's in sort of random sets, but he does have good stats. He's at almost 6k attack, 324% crit damage, 258 speed. So like you can see, he's in much better gear than Whisper is, stat-wise for sure. And he has these masteries. So there's that. And then who is the... I've forgotten who the other person... Who was the other person? Where's my screenshot? Oh, sorry, this is it on Brutal. I forgot to even say. I did it on Brutal as well. On Brutal... Again, we didn't quite make it. We got a little bit unlucky. This is the thing. It's not a perfect team. Every run, we would eventually, near the end, get unlucky and someone would die. But on Brutal, we did 354.99 million. Whisper died early, again, to a cleanse. I think what happens is when Wixwell gets devoured, it gets pretty sketchy pretty fast. But I think Wixwell got devoured, cleanses went through, and Whisper eventually died. But we got fairly far in that. And Farrakhan is the last person, that's who, that we were looking for. But yeah, again, for Brutal, I think with good luck, you're easily looking at 400 million plus on Brutal. It's a nice chunk. So the last person we need is Farrakhan. Yeah, again, you could take the exact same team and you could put in, you could upgrade the chat. Like in theory, you could put in like, you could put in Turvold, you could put in Grand Oak Padraig or Lady Mikage, and like you're going to go. But I wouldn't run Lady Mikage in that team. I'd probably save her for a second team, but you know, like anyway, look, we'll talk more about that. This is just supposed to show you the champion and give you a gist for them. But Farrakhan the Fat, he's coming in 260 speed and some stats. He's got lots of accuracy actually, and he has War Master, and he has commanding presence. It's a bit extra defense for the team, but there you go. That's the team. I'll show you the presets as well in case you want to copy it. Again, I found that this was better on Brutal. Right? Just because we don't have a reviver, it's just easier to run it on Brutal. But I wanted to run it on Nightmare just to show you this champion is really good for, like, seriously good for Hydra. It worked super well for me on Nightmare. Even without a reviver or any safety or no safety or anything like that. It's pretty slick. So Wixwell, we just did 1, 2 and that, but we, again, remember, we are gonna move it to auto to land the provoke. And it's 100%. It's glorious. Astrid's like this. Whisper's like this. Shamail like this. Farrakhan was like this. And Ugo is like this. Actually, you know what? Farrakhan really should be in Reflex. I mean, he's not... I don't really use Farrakhan, but he should really be in... I didn't mention that. Farrakhan should be in Reflex, obviously. Even like 4-piece Reflex, 4-piece Merciless, he's going to crank out way more ally attacks and be way better. It's gear intensive, but that would be a lot better. I don't really use mine all that much. So he's +2 now. He will be when this goes live. So there you go. But look, anyway, that is the gist. You've seen his tankiness. He can mostly keep a team alive pretty darn far in to Nightmare Hydra. Like eventually someone dies, but like he has immense team protection capabilities while also mischief tanking, bringing loads of control with his provoke. Buff except like he is so freaking good. He's so good, and he will do exactly that for you as well. I've not really looked at him in Arena, but he will do the exact same thing in Doom Tower. He's going to be fantastic, though. With Armans, you probably don't need it. Anywhere he shows up in Cursed City, it's not unlocked or anything on the test server, right? But anywhere in Cursed City, he's gonna absolutely hard carry any stage he shows up in, no question. Like the dude is a freaking beast. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. Do not skip this fusion. Do not do it. Do not skip it. This, in my opinion, is a fusion that most of you are going to absolutely want. Now, obviously, if you're an IPR and you've got 3 Trunda teams, you don't give a shit. But you probably don't give a shit about anything. You probably pay people millions to give shits for you if you're in that scenario. Well, anyway. But yeah, I think for most people, this guy's going to be absolutely fantastic. And certainly anyone that's early in the game, he's going to hard carry in so many places. I didn't show him in Arena. Obviously, Curse Set's not really ideal for Arena. He'd be okay in Arena as well, But I do think he's really a Hydra specialist. He's pretty, for most 99% of people watching, he's probably making it into a team. Like, he's super solid, I reckon. Super solid. You just do need to semi-manual at least, and even just target Head of Decay so he provokes them. Because on auto, he might not even target it. That's the downside. You got to manual at least a little bit. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. I'm saving up for that 5-star soul, baby. Oh, baby, imagine 5-star cruelty. Imagine that. 75 resistant accuracy. Oh, look at that. Juicy. Juicy. See you next time. Goodbye.